Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. My day is going great. We've got internet, which is an awesome plus. It was a weird one yesterday. We were out of internet all day. No internet. No one let us know that there was going to be an outage or anything. Yeah, fine, a little bit inconvenient. And then at about lunchtime, our power went off as well. One of the builders down the road hit a power line or something, and we were out of power for like 6 hours. Weird day, a little bit inconvenient, but hey, gave me a little chance to relax and just chill with the family for a bit. Anyway, today we are reacting to why the US Navy really needs this one forest in Indiana. I saw this video pop up and Navy and forest didn't quite add up to me, so yeah, we're going to be checking that out. As usual guys, if you've got any recommendations, please fire them my way, because I want to give you what you want to see. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's check out why the US Navy needs a forest.
When I say the United States Navy, what do you think of? Boats? Little outfits? The military-industrial complex? What about a 53,000-acre forest in Indiana? Well,
That's a huge forest.
Because it exists, and it's here at the world's third-largest naval installation, Naval Support Activity Crane. It's there so that the Barnacle Boys can do repairs on exactly one boat, conveniently located here in nearby Boston. And if you're wondering on what planet the Navy managing a whole forest to repair exactly one boat is the best solution to anything, all aboard, we're setting sail on a pithy but effective explanation. The exactly one boat in question is this one, the USS Constitution, currently afloat here. She was launched into Boston Harbor at 12:15 p.m. on October 21st, 1797, making her both...
Look at how beautiful that boat is that he's calling it. That is amazing. 1797. So I'm assuming... My guess is, for now, that they need the woods or the forest to do repairs on this boat, but why do they need such a big forest? Oh, come on.
The oldest still floating, still commissioned naval ship in the
What
world.
a beautiful ship.
She's also a strong-willed, work-oriented Capricorn rising, making her a huge asset to the young U.S. Navy, winning a decisive battle against the HMS Guerriere during the War of 1812. The story goes that the Constitution's 22-inch wide hull was so strong that the British cannonballs just bounced off the sides, prompting someone very clever to yell, "Huzzah! Her sides are made of iron," which landed her the nickname Old Ironsides, even though, huzzah! Her sides are not made of iron, they're made of white oak. And Old Ironsides is really old.
That is beautiful.
225 years, though she doesn't look it. That's because she gets frequent repairs and replacement parts, including new white oak planks for her sides. But during a restoration in 1973, they got worried because there wasn't much white oak left. And you can't just sub some other wood because white oak is, on a cellular level, better than just about any other at making boaty floaty. To understand why, we're going to tree school. No, not preschool, tree school. Thank you. Welcome to tree school. This is a tree. In the trunk of this tree, there are two types of wood, sapwood and heartwood. If a tree's alive, the sapwood is alive. It sends water and nutrients up and down through little hollow tubes like this one, which is called a xylem, a 5-letter word worth a near miraculous 17 points in Scrabble. Each year, a fresh new ring grows on the outer edge of the sapwood, and the innermost sapwood ring retires into the heartwood to die. Put another way, the heartwood is a tree's Florida. In many trees, including red oak, when a ring turns into hardwood, it gets pretty susceptible to fungus or bacteria or whatever wants to crawl up through the xylems and wreak havoc. But it's a different story in the white oak. When a ring of white oak sapwood turns into heartwood, it develops things called tyloses, basically teeny-weeny corks that plug up the xylems. Whether the tree is standing or the wood's in boat mode, these tyloses provide rot resistance, stopping nefarious things from crawling through the xylem to infect the wood, and also water tightness, as they stop water from leaking through these naturally occurring pores. So obviously, this wood is good for boat stuff. It's also used for wine barrels, bourbon barrels, railroad ties, basically anywhere you don't want your wood to rot and/or for liquids to pass through. But it also grows extremely slowly versus red oaks and other comparable woods. You can harvest a red oak when it's about 80 to 100 years old, but white oaks tend to go until 150 to 200.
That is insane. 80 to 100 years old. That's a lifetime of a human, isn't it? If you're lucky. If you're lucky, you make it to 80 to 100. Flippin' heck, 150 to 200 years old. It's something you never really think about, isn't it? Like I've always said to Kat, because we've got to renovate this house we're living in, and I've said to her I would like to put some, like, you know, make it a bit more rustic, add some wooden beams. I love the old look, but when you consider how old some of the trees have to be, it's quite a bummer, really, that you're chopping them down just to make your house look nice when we've got fairly good concrete bricks at the moment.
By the time they were doing that USS Constitution restoration in 73, the
I've
country's
never heard of this
old-growth
boat.
white oak supply was pretty low and not coming back quickly. That's the exactly one boat half of things, but how did the US Navy come to maintain an entire forest in the first place, let alone to repair exactly one boat? And why is it in Indiana? After all, the only waterborne threat to Indiana is wayward Chicagoans whose architecture crews took a wrong turn, and you don't need the Navy to deal with them. Well, as it turns out, the Navy bought this land to store munitions during World War II on the assumption that if anyone dropped a bomb on the US, it probably wouldn't be in the middle of Indiana. After your state that isn't even worth the bomb it would take to destroy it. But the land didn't take well to being built on, and after a lot of erosion, the Navy hired a forester to reforest it and take care of it in the 50s. Over time, one forester in Crane became a whole forestry, and
Very off topic here, very off topic, but seeing them plant these trees just made me remember. We went shopping yesterday while we had no power in that. We had nothing else to do, so we figured we'd go to the supermarket. And this time of year, they like to sell like cherry trees and stuff like that. So I got myself, I got 4 or 5 more hazel trees. I think I got 3 cherry trees, 2 plum trees, 2 apricot trees, I think it was, and I got a couple pot plants. That's one of my guilty pleasures. I love my plants. Downstairs, our living room's got so many house plants. But what I was trying to get to is we like reforesting our back garden in a sense. We trying to make it like an edible garden, but with trees rather than vegetables, because vegetable gardening, we failed 3 years in a row just because we've tried to do it too big. So we're going to go smaller and rather plant trees. I know it's a bit off topic, but yeah, I'm really excited about my fruit trees.
Natural Resources Program that had the Navy managing trees, etc. in several timber forests. And of these, Crane became the most profitable and sustainable, so you can put that up on the list
beautiful
of
forest.
worthwhile things about Indiana. So back to the USS Constitution.
Yeah.
Seeing the lack of old-growth white oak supply during the 1973 restoration, Navy Captain Vernon P. Clem, whose name was my favorite in the
actually
story until I
yeah.
realized these pictures were taken by a guy named Bill Couch, suggested that the Navy should start growing their own white oak to supply future Constitution repairs. And in 1976, they designated 150 trees across their very successful forest in Crane to be grown, maintained, and harvested to repair the USS Constitution. So now, when it's replace the planks o'clock at Charleston Navy Yard, 3 civilian foresters at Naval Support Activity Crane handpick which trees get harvested. In 2012, ahead of a restoration,
I like that sort of stuff. I mean, it's not going to harm anybody growing more forests, is it? I'd love to grow some more forests. We're very lucky here in Slovakia. We are surrounded by forest and that, but then again, here where we live, we are surrounded by freaking Mondi, the paper mill, which pumps out God knows how much pollution. Indiana Jones, I suppose it's a necessary evil. Excuse me. It creates so many jobs here in Ružomberok town and stuff, so yeah, but I hate Mondi. I wish I could just leave the trees alone. I know I sound like one of those tree huggers, and I guess I am in a way because I love growing the tree. I'm so excited to plant our trees in our back garden. It's such a weird thing, isn't it? Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Please send me some requests or reaction suggestions that you'd like to see, so I could get them out for you. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video.
You know what else is palatable? Home brewed coffee. Thanks to...
Alright.